Okay, so our next example, so our next problem, so in part 2 of physical application is about water tank. So this last time we have last example we have for electrical. Now we try for mechanical. Okay, so these are most problems in mechanical engineering. So a water leaks from a cylinder with an axis vertical through a small orifice. So small orifice is kini. So ang small orifice tagasana na siya og tubig, marag outlet niya gamay kay na agianan sa tubig. Okay. So kung ano pa mura na siya og kanang jug ninyo. Okay. So small orifice in its base at a rate proportional to the square root. So it is now proportional to the square root, sorry, of the volume remaining at any time. So if the cylinder contains 64 gallons initially, so kining cylinder nimo na siya 64 gallons initially and 15 gallons leak out, so ning gawas ani sa orifice nimo the first day. So naay 15 gallons na ning gawas aning imuhang uh, volume ani na ining gawas. So when will 25 gallons remain? Pila naman unsa kadugaya na ang mabilin sa imuhang sudlanan is 25 gallons na lang. So how much will remain at the end of 4 days? So two questions. The first question, kanusta na 25 gallons ang mabilin? Ikaduha, pilay mabilin after 4 days. Okay? So now, let's try to solve it. The one that changes within this gallon is the volume, di ba? So we don't know water. So the volume of water inside. So this is, let's assume this is a water jug, okay? So a big or very big water jug because it will last for how many days. Then gamay kayo ang aggasana sa tubig niya, murag leaking na siguro siya. So agto siya na wadi na masira og tarong. Maybe it's like that. So from here, your V, so the volume is the one that it will change. So the volume of water inside of this, the volume remaining at time t. So ang V nato is the volume with respect to time. So that is the rate of change of volume that is remaining. Unsay nabilin ani ha? So because volume sa water nga gi-consider nato. So it states here that a small orifice in its base, so at a rate proportional to the square root of the volume. So square root of the volume. So from here, so change the constant symbol to k. After that, do the variable separable. So from here, transpose the square root to this part. So here, so that we could integrate, we make the square root become, para dali siya masabtan, raised to the power of 1/2. So dv over v raised to the power of 1/2. So para makagamit tag power rule in calculus 2, we transfer it becomes a multiplier of dv. So we transpose it to the numerator, and since we transpose it to the numerator, the power becomes negative. Okay? So transpose man nato ni kay kini siya, we have dv over v raised to the power of 1/2. That is the square root. Since i-transpose nato para ma-apply nato ang power rule sa calculus 2, so we will be changing the sign. Okay, from numerator becomes denominator becomes numerator, so the sign will be the sign of the power will change. So from here it becomes negative. So now we use the calculus 2 power rule. So the power rule of v raised to the power of negative 1/2 is v raised to the power of the given power negative 1/2 plus 1, di ba? Over the power plus 1. That's how you do in calculus 2. So, negative 1/2 plus 1 is positive 1/2. So, obviously, the denominator is also 1/2. So, here we have KT plus C. From here, just transpose this one, V time raised to the power 1/2 times 2 over 1, that is 2 times B raised to the power of 1/2, minus KT equals C. So, V raised to the power 1/2 is square root. So, you have 2 times V, square root of V minus KT. After that, we make our table so that we could understand what are the variables or the values that we need to solve. Okay, the first one is at initial time. Okay, initially this container contains 64 gallons of water. So 64 gallons of water over 0. Now, sir, why it becomes 49 gallons here? So it says here 15 gallons leak out. Again, the water that leak out is not the volume, the initial volume that we are talking. So from here, what will remain, ha? That's why I put it remaining. Okay? So pila man ang initially na naa sa container na to? 64. Nakuhaan og 15, pila na may nabilin sa atong container. So that's why it becomes 49 gallons. Okay? So, you need to always analyze ang inyong problem. That's why it is helpful if you have some drawings. Okay? So, di lang kayo, kayo ang drawing nako. So, assuming na ako'y container na agianan gamay kayo, so, ning-leak siya, tapos, initially na siya isuod na 64 gallons, tapos after 1 day, na ay 15 gallons nga ning gawas. Pero katong ning gawas, dili man to siya si volume na naadaan ni container. So, mamon to aning gawas. So, ang ibutang nato ani pila tong nabilin adto. So, ang nabilin is 49 gallons. Karon, ang sunod pangutana, pila daw or unsang time man niya 25 gallons na lang mabilin ani. So, estimate sa kanus ka nga kini 25 gallons na lang mabilin kay especially in mechanical engineering, this is very important. Samot ako na kay samot ka ng dam. Diba, importante na siya kayo. That's why na sila mga predictions. Kung moabot ni siya ani, di na nato makayanan, or kung ang atong dam paagasa nato mo ni ang rate niya mapuno to siya. So na sila mga calculations like this. This is how you do and solve those na katong mga news especially karon. Okay. So from there 49 gallons. So 25 gallons daw. So ano na to ang time? So kanus asiya nga mabilin 25 gallons. So after that, another question, pangutana na pud karon, ini kaupat ka adlaw, pila na may mabilin sa sud sa atong container. Diba? So let's try to solve. Let's just substitute it with our general solution na na-solve nato or the formula itself na na-solve nato for this given condition. That's why if you are engineer, especially in your field, naana mo sa field, tapos unsa may formula nako ani ha, unsa man ni nako siya gimiton. But actually when you're in the field, you are compact with the different formulas, especially sa inyong field, sa inyong mga companies na naman mo ana. But this is how they derive it. For example, you have this situation, you simply do this one. So next, so at time 0, just substitute it, 2 raised to the power of 64 minus K at time 0. 0, 64 gallons equals C. So 2 raised to 64, that is 60 square root of 64, that is 8, right? So 2 times 8, that is 16. So your C is equivalent to 16. So at time 1 day, so at first day, di ba? Yun siya ano look at first day. So, first day, pila naman? At first day, just substitute. Pila may galon niya na bilhin? That is, volume na bilhin. That is 49. Minus K times 1 equals 16. So, 2 times square root of 49 minus K is equals to 16. If you could look at me here, so, square root of 49 equals 7. So, times 2, that is 14, minus 16, that is negative 2. So, after that, we already get our constant C and our proportionality constant K. So, after that, 25 gallons. Now, we can now solve for how many days will it take to reach 25 gallons of water inside your tank. So, here, 25 gallons. So, just substitute 25 gallons. Then, our K is negative 2. Our time is unknown, equals, or constant C is 16. So, square root of 25, obviously, is 5 times 2. That is 10. We have negative times negative. We have positive. 2T sub 2 equals 16. So, after that, this one, transfer to the other side. You have 16 minus 10, that is 6. Divided by 2, that is 3. So, within 3 days, ang ato ang galon or ato ang container will have 25 gallons of water. Okay? So, after that, in 4 days daw. In 4 days, pila man kagalon ang mabilin. So, ang volume na po ang ano na to. So, volume minus 2. Minus 2, ang time na to is 4 days equals 16. So, you have, our case negative 2, you have positive 2 times 4, that is 8. So, 16 transfer to the other side. So, 16 minus 8, that is 8. Then, you have here, so, this one, you have transfer to the other side, 8 divided by 2, you have 4. Then, to get the square root, you square both sides, square this v, square root of v square root of v 3 equals 4 squared. So, this becomes 16. This square root is cancelled by the square. So, therefore, your V3, V sub 3, is equivalent to 16 gallons. Sorry, I forgot to write the gallons here. So, okay, so this is 16 gallons of water remaining at 4 days. Okay, so I think that's it for this problem. Okay, see you for the next another problem, which is the about Newton's law of cooling.